Hello and welcome to my session on management of risk. In this particular session today, I'm going to talk about three important things which are related to our management of risk subject. So these are number one, introduction to the risk perspective. Number two, the interrelationship between the perspectives. And number three, I'm going to talk about what is meant by enterprise risk management perspective. So let's move on further and try to understand what are risk perspectives and what is their significance in our management of risk. So when we talk about risk perspectives, they provide the way in which the principles, approach, and generic processes are applied and will vary according to the nature of the context within which they are being carried out. So within any organization, the various context will lie somewhere on the continuum between two things. These are number one, maintaining the status quo through the day-to-day management of the organization's product or the service delivery, and number two, establishing the future direction for the organization and moving the organization in that direction by means of the change management. So the perspectives are either trying to maintain what we have or will establish some sort of future direction, that is, where does the strategic management want to take us to in an organization. So there are four perspectives with reference to MOR. These are number one, the strategic perspective. So this has been focused on overall business success, the vitality and the viability. Furthermore, the strategic perspective talks about setting the information flows between all the other perspectives. The second perspective is our program perspective. So this is concerned with transforming the business strategies into new ways of working that deliver the measurable benefits to the organization. The third perspective is your project perspective. It talks about delivering defined outputs to appropriate level of quality within agreed time, cost, and scope constraints. The fourth category of our MOR perspective, that is the strategic perspective of the organization, it is called as the operational perspective. This talks about maintaining appropriate level of business services to existing and new customers. So when we talk about the interrelationship between the perspective, we should understand that risk in any activity can impact from different perspectives. Interdependencies need to be identified and managed between the perspectives. Relevant information need to be shared between perspectives through an integrated risk management model. Finally, identified risk across the perspectives and understanding their impact is often referred to as enterprise risk management, that is abbreviated as ERM. Now, moving on further, let us try to understand what is meant by enterprise risk management perspective. So, when we talk about ERM, this is the term which has been used to describe the activities taken to capture all the risk exposure. It is defined differently across organizations. For example, some people would see the management of risk as a form of enterprise risk management. So, it seeks to show the relationship between the risk across strategic, program, project, operational, and multiple risk specialist viewpoints. It also ensures the overall amount of the risk taken that fits within the risk capacity in terms of your appetite, the tolerance, and number three, the reporting part. So when we talk about the ERM perspective, it has been used to determine the optimum blend of risk responses which are available. So that's all from this particular session. In my further session, I'm going to talk more about the management of risk concepts. Thank you so much. Stay in touch.